If you're getting a home loan, one of the first questions you should ask the bank is whether or not the bank will let you choose your own attorney for the closing. The vast majority of banks let their customers pick the attorney that's going to be used for the closing. Very small percentage of banks, maybe 3 to 5% of banks at most, will not let their customers pick the lawyer that's going to be used for the closing. Now, a lot of times when there is a closed attorney's list, the borrower, the customer, doesn't find out about it until after the process has begun, which puts the buyer or the borrower in a bad situation. So one of the first things you should ask is, can I pick my own lawyer? And if they say no, then you should go to one of the other banks for your loan. This is for a number of reasons. First of all, it's just common courtesy or good customer service to let the borrower choose the lawyer that's going to close the deal. This is going to be the largest financial investment of your life, most likely, and it's just common decency to let you choose what lawyer is going to guide you through the process. Right? So if the bank takes that opportunity away from you at the start, that should sort of tell you something about the type of bank you're dealing with and how the bank is going to treat you throughout the life of the mortgage. Second thing to keep in mind is cost. Okay, so like I initially said, sometimes the banks don't tell you up front that you have to use their lawyer. Now what will happen occasionally is you'll employ your own lawyer. That lawyer will start doing work for you, and then you find out a month later or a few weeks later you can't use that lawyer. So you have to pay that lawyer for his time, and then you have to pay the bank's lawyer for the bank's lawyer's time. So you incur more fees. In addition, when there's a closed attorney's list, you're sent to that lawyer and the lawyer can essentially charge you whatever he wants to charge you, and you have no choice. Okay, you need to pay that lawyer's fees. You can't haggle, you can't negotiate with him. So despite whatever the bank may tell you, lawyers on a closed list tend to charge more. And then you need to also keep in mind when it comes to cost, the lawyer is going to select a number of other vendors. Okay, he's going to choose the surveyor, the title examiner, what couriers are used, FedEx, UPS, things like that. And you'll lose any sort of say over those options. Okay, so expect to pay more if the bank chooses the lawyer for you. One of the last things to keep in mind is that in most cases, when the lawyer is selected by the bank, the lawyer's allegiance is really to the bank. Okay, and you are not his first priority in many cases. Okay, he's going to respond quick to the bank. He's going to respond to their emails, their phone calls. He's going to bend over backwards to keep them happy. But you're just sort of there. You didn't call him, choose him in particular. There's no sort of connection between you and that lawyer. So you sort of have to be aware of that as well. So in conclusion, if you're looking to buy a home, when you go to the bank and you start talking to them, one of the first questions you should have is, can I choose my own lawyer? And they should have a straightforward answer, yes you can. And if they waffle, if they don't give you a straight answer, or if they flat out just say no, then you should speak to some other banks and find a lender who's going to be more flexible and reasonable.